Yeah. I don't want to share a photo. First, I need to charge my phone. That's the first thing I need to do. First order of business, charge your fucking phone. Let me tell y'all how my day went today. Cause I be talking shit, y'all. Alright, let's talk consistency. What do you consider as being consistent? Because everybody has their own meaning of being consistent. Consistency is me is being persistent, almost like to keep going, no matter what. Like whatever you're doing, don't let nothing deter you. Just keep on moving. You know, a lot of people believe consistency could consist of a whole lot of different things. Sometimes consistency don't take a lot of breaks. Consistency is like it's there, it's thorough. It's just it does what it has to, no matter what. It doesn't let nothing deter them because you consistent. But you gotta be persistent at the same time, not to let anything sway you. If that makes sense. Because a lot of people do shit that don't make sense all this bit. Oh, I'll shake myself up today. Like I sit down and I think for a minute, I'll be like, man, it's always a lesson or a test before your blessings come, Dave. I had to learn that. I don't complain about anything for that. Anytime I have a complaint, I be having to take it back. Because you know what? God didn't make us be out here complaining about shit. If that makes sense. The Creator did not make us to sit up and be complaining about shit. Can I share it on Instagram? Oh, yeah. I can share it on Instagram. Let me talk my shit. Reconnect my shit. Sorry, y'all. I had to take a break. I had to share my shit. I be forgetting. I don't never share my shit. That's why I get no views. I had to realize that. I'm sorry. I've been very tardy today. I was on Instagram trying to get my followers up. Trying to get that blue check the legit way. Yeah, you know, some people be playing for that blue check, but I ain't trying to pay for my blue check. I'm just trying to get it. God did not make us to be a certain way. God did not make us to settle for anything. A lot of us settle for anything because we choose to. I think it's almost like put it to people like this. Hold on, I'm charging my phone. So I'll be putting it to people like this, right? Imagine you're sitting out and I send you to the store to go buy some fruit. When I send you to the grocery store to buy this fruit, you go in the grocery store and just pick up the fruit straight off the top. A lot of people don't have any patience with anything. Like even though you're paying for the fruit, you still just pick the fruit off just from the top. Nobody does that. Real people that know anything about going shopping for anything, If you're paying for it, or even if you're not paying for it, you're gonna be kind of picky about it. Especially if you're used to like having things. Some people just not used to having things. And life is like that. You got to be used to having things. Sometimes shit not gonna go your way. Like a lot of stuff that you do, it's not gonna go your way. So it's good to be consistent behind anything that you do. A lot of times people you think are gonna be team players, they're not actually team players. Because life is a selfish game. That's why a lot of times you got to be your own boss. You have to be your own boss. Like like when I'm building my YouTube page, even though it's not monetized yet. It's not monetized, but I keep going and I keep going, I keep going. I'm consistent. And my consistency eventually is gonna get my page monetized. I'm gonna have I'm gonna have people out there that's gonna fuck with me no matter what. I'm gonna have people that just don't like sit around and just do certain shit. I believe in myself. I believe in like if you're not gonna get anything done if you don't get up off your ass. Well, because I believe in myself first. Because who's gonna believe in you unless you believe in you? Yeah, certain people can see the potential in you, but you gotta see the potential in yourself. Like you ever see people with so many talents, they just don't use them. Or they misuse the gifts that God gave them. If you misuse the gifts that God gave you, then I don't know what to tell you. You gotta use all the elements around you. I had to learn that. Like I live a certain type of way. Tomorrow's not coming. Don't let nobody dictate what goes on with you. I don't care who it is. It could be your mom, your dad, your loved ones, your spouse. Like it could be anyone inside of your life. A best friend. Can't let nobody dictate how you dream or your vision. Cause a lot of times your vision is your vision. And nobody's gonna believe in you like you're gonna believe in you. I'm a true believer in that. Like you can think somebody rocking with you, just like that YSL trial that's going on right now. They in court wondering what this boy done really told these people. And he's up there and he can't take back nothing that he said because it's on the record. No matter how he tries to deflect and say, oh yeah, I just said it just so they get off my trail. They're not buying that. Nobody's buying that. And if you were really our friend, why are you in there discussing our business to the authorities? We ain't rocking like that. We ain't say you in there. We ain't tell you to do like this on our behalf. That's what I believe. I mean, every day I wake up, I know it's a blessing that I woke up. I may not be where I want to be, but I'm going to be where I need to be soon enough. I just have to have a certain type of patience. That don't mean stand still and wait for shit to come. No. That means get out there and move on faith on your own. Because unless you move on your own, nothing else is going to move for you. Like, I don't know. I believe in myself before I believe in anything else. A lot of people don't believe in anything. That's why they go for anything, if that makes sense. It's just a blessing to even just get on YouTube live. Imagine at one point in time I couldn't even go live on YouTube. I didn't even have that many subs. So like, what if I get the money on YouTube and it still don't add up to me? It's still a blessing. Because some people not getting no money. I had to realize where I came from to know where I'm going at. See, like, at one point in time, I always sat there and was like, oh yeah, I want to make money off of YouTube. No, just don't chase the bag. Chase your dreams. Because you're going to get the bag if you blessed up. And you know that your consistency pays off. Like I always said, I'm not going to put anything on there that's going to discredit a person, make people look crazy or anything like that. Even though people do a lot of stuff in public, in front of my eyes, I got to be consistent. Consistency is everything. And then you got to love yourself at the same time. I mean, do you love yourself? That's what you have to ask yourself at first. Do you love yourself? Because true love comes from within. And it's not just a word, it's to be felt. Like a lot of people say that they love themselves, but they abuse their bodies. They don't take care of themselves. They don't take care of others. Everything that they do is a really, really selfish move. And sometimes you gotta know, like, alright, ain't nobody fuck with me like I fuck with me. I had to learn this. Because a lot of people are. They just not go rock with you like you rock with you. So I sit here every day and I be like, what can I do to better market myself? But you already marketing yourself, Dave. You're almost 10,000 subscribers. I mean, shit. And you got vision. And the thing about having vision, you can make anything happen as long as you got an audience that's going to watch. And I have a serious audience. I appreciate my audience. I love y'all out there from the bottom of my heart. Like, what is real love? Real love is definitely to be felt. A lot of people throw that word around. I love you, I love you, I love you. But your actions don't show it. When your actions don't show it, that means you don't really fuck with a person for real. But how can you blame it when a lot of people don't even fuck with themselves? Whatever I do, I stand on that shit. I got to. I'm a man. That's just a man thing to do. Is to stand on business. Because a lot of people, they just not about their life. They can say whatever they want to say. Oh, you can't do this, I do that. Yeah, you do a lot of just talking. But actions always speak louder than words. And when you're consistent with your life, you gonna make sure everything around you is consistent too. Like, you gotta have a strong backbone. You gotta be not easily able to give up. See, imagine at first when I went to go build my page. What if I would have just gave up? That shit don't even add up if I would have just gave up. You gotta be self-motivated, self-willed. And I sit back and I just reflect on all the people that's not even with us no more. Everybody that went over to the afterlife. They were planning for the next day, but the next day never came. So when the best time to build legacy? Today, not tomorrow. Because as much as you want everybody to walk in your shoes, they can't walk in your shoes. Only you can fill your shoes. And I had a big shoe that I had to fill. I wore a 12, dog. And these 12s really be like 1 foot at a time. But at the same time, you gotta have integrity for yourself. Integrity means a lot too. Like, imagine that. If you're not staying on business, you don't have any integrity, what can you do? I was watching No Jumper earlier, and I had to just watch somebody grind. And no matter what they did, they were consistent. They stood on their business. All that good shit. I mean, every day I wake up, I just stand on business over and over and over again. Because consistency is everything. When you strong willed and you're just not going like that says a lot about your character. A lot of people just go for anything. Just take what's going to be handed to them in life. If you're a real person, you're not just going to go for what life got for you. Because you have to realize, like, God got something for me that nobody can take away. If that makes sense. See, a lot of times people just be waiting and waiting and waiting for things to rain out the sky like manna. Yes, it will rain, sure. But you gotta put some work in. A lot of people think they gonna get blessings just by not doing anything at all. First, you gotta put some work in, my friend, and your work's gonna maintain what type of blessings that you get in the long run. I want y'all to dwell on that. Dog, it's ready to rain out this bitch. Like imagine for a second, real love. Yes, very rain. If you don't love yourself, you ain't gonna love nothing else. One thing about me, I love me. I love my life. Imagine me thinking that I made it this far just to get the fuck up. Hell no. Hell no. Can't give up on life. I remember when I sat in that cell for them 67 months. I sat up there and I was like, what do I actually want to do with myself? I'd have been in the street. I done ran around. I done did a whole lot. I got some money and I done been really broke at one point in time. But I count all my blessings. Like when I went to prison, I didn't have a hard time. I know people that went to jail and had a hard time because they didn't have no integrity. They were trying to fake for some people that really weren't going to be there when it counted for. That's why I really appreciate the people that were there for me. Like my cousins, my mom, a couple of friends, even my ex-girlfriends. They stayed there. And I did a whole bit. Like, cause like, that's when I had to learn. Like, when I went to jail and like, you don't know until you're inside that cell that it's like being buried alive in a closet with a whole nother grown person and y'all stacked on top of each other. Literally. Cause I was like, as I sit on the porch, I had to realize, like, imagine my cell was this size. There was a whole nother person sleeping over top of me the whole time. No privacy. That was my living room, my kitchen. The bathroom was inside of there. Everything was inside of that cell. Like, I remember when I first went to prison. When I was ready to go to prison, I was in county jail. I was waiting for sentencing. No, I had been sentenced. I had turned myself in. So I went for the sentencing, and I got remanded that day because I was free. Right before I went, everybody was like, go on a run. Go on a run from what? I didn't come that far to run. And I ain't that fast anyway. The marshals would have called me like a motherfucker. So like, I'm not planning on running. And as being a man, you always face up with whatever that you do. A lot of people, they have integrity at first, but when their back get against the wall and they get to streaming out numbers that you're not willing to do, you have to realize they start having secret agent up inside of them. But no matter what you do, you gotta be consistent. Remember, I was on the street, I was a bad motherfucker. So when I went to jail, it's like you gotta be that same motherfucker. A lot of people don't realize that. They don't have true love inside themselves. They don't believe inside themselves. But I said, when I get free, motherfuckers better watch their ass. I don't have to say no Diddy or pause or no homo. I don't even play them games. Imagine if all the grown men had to tell other grown men stuff so they don't feel uncomfortable. Where the fuck did we go at with this? At one point in time, we were able to say whatever the fuck we wanted to say without somebody having to think a certain way about us. Now you put a stereotype on everything. We gonna get back to original. That's not no real nigga shit. Like, when I first got remanded, I ain't sleep for like 10 days. I went and seen the sight because I didn't sleep. Like, I would sleep maybe 1 to 2 hours. And that mean I had anxiety, but I didn't know I was experiencing anxiety, any signs of PTSD at all. Then when I went to prison, the first night I was in DOC, let me tell you something about DOC. When we first went to DOC, I went to Baltimore it was on Green Mountain. We went to Baltimore on Green Mountain, right? That first day we were there, we showed up there, it was like 6 o'clock in the morning. It was 100 people inside that hotel. Yeah, 100 dudes. It was like, and imagine, this is my first jail bit for real, like, and then I've been remanded for 10 years. When they called us out of that cell, We went to a whole nother cell. I didn't even know that. We was going right down the hall. We sat in one cell for 6 hours. I mean, junkies, kingpins, everything. Elbow to elbow, killers and all. You couldn't tell us none from the other. You could tell me though, 'cause I had this bright ass green polo on. They said, we know how they caught you. Shut the fuck up. I wore this the day before I went to prison. But you know what I had to learn? I had to sit there. I had to love my life all over again. I had to fall in love with me all over again. And me sitting inside that cell all that time, in that first holy cell, I said, this is what jail is ready to be like. I was there for a rude awakening. Because up there, it was like nothing but like, it was nothing but female guards from Baltimore. These girls were ghetto. They were nice though. They were cool. They were fat. Oh my God. A lot of them looked like they were stripping. Everywhere you went, there was a woman in the jail. There's women everywhere in the jail. There's really no dudes there. Like, other than the inmates. Those were the dudes. So, after we had seen the counselor and all that stuff, the mental evaluation and all that, they deemed you good enough to go to your cell. I went up to like, where I go? Oh, I went to the fifth floor. I went all the way up there to the fifth floor. We went to the fifth floor, it was like 12 o'clock at night. Or 1 o'clock in the morning. Only thing I wanted to do was go to sleep. So I went to sleep that night. I stayed in DLC for 20 days. It was air conditioning. I'll tell you, I count all my blessings. It was air conditioning in this jail. But when I came out to go get on the phone, boy, they had a lot of orders to that shit. Well, I wasn't in the gang. The gangs ran the phone. But it was good for a blessing that I know a couple of people. They let me get on the phone. I still didn't know how to use it, so I didn't really care. They wanted you to dial like 1-8303, then your DOC number. Then they wanted you to dial the number. Then they wanted you to say your name. And we only out for 2 hours of rec every day. Because we'll come out 2 hours in the morning, right? That's enough time for you. Everybody take their shower. Everybody motherfucking wants to name. And people to get on the phone. So you had a choice. Either you want to get on the phone or you want to take a shower. You can't do both. But you could do both, but it's going to be hard. So a lot of times I never got on the phone. Only thing I want to do is take a shower and go lay back the fuck down. Straight up. I stayed there for 20 days. I didn't like my bunk buddy at all. He was really a gang member. He really thought I was from a gang because I was from the Eastern Shore. I think they thought it was blood or something. I don't know, they had a thing out for the Bloods, so they really didn't like me that much. They didn't even know how to take it. So I'm sitting there and shit. So it's time for me to go to prison. At first I was going to MCIJ. Then they stretched me out their transport. Then I was going to Hagerstown. They stretched me out their transport. Because imagine I ain't had no enemy list. So at the end they ended up sending me all the way to ECI, back on the Eastern Shore. When I get there, it's this lady with bifocal glasses that was light skin and the hair on her arms was thicker than mine. I'm not lying. The lady had hair on her arms thicker than mine. She said, you alright? I said, I think I'm in the wrong place. That's exactly what I told her. And then they said, when I get in there, it's this dude. They were like, because you know the inmates, they get all your stuff together, they'll tell you where you're going at and all that stuff. But they were inmates from the jail. You know what I'm saying? They get all your stuff together. So they said, oh, y'all going to housing unit 1. They say, you in the gang? I'm like, nah. He said, you will be. That's the only thing I can remember. So the only thing I remember inside of my head, because you know I'm defiant. Only thing I thought inside my head is that I'm not joining the gang no matter what. I'm 26 years old. I ain't never gangbanged. I'm in jail for not even paying taxes. So what I look like coming in here and listening to orders. And then at the same time, I didn't even listen to my mom and dad. So imagine me having another grown man telling me what the fuck to do. I'm going to stay in my lane. I can't do jail time. That's it. And go back home to them babies. It's the only thing I can think about. And the first thing you start missing is shit that you neglected. Like your kids and your family. For all the times they told you so. But goddamn. I had to make that whole fucking transition. Because I really love my life. I really had to make that transition.